Good morning and welcome to today's Facebook Live. My name's Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator and I'm based in the market town of Brackley, which is in Northamptonshire in England. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you caught me yesterday, you will know that we're going to be using a brand new stamp set today. And that stamp set, as you can see, is Garden Birdhouses. This sort of stamp set is perfect for all types of occasions. It works for retirement, works for birthday, it could work for sympathy, and it also fits both men and women alike. I'm going to start by stamping the images out, which is what I usually do with a new stamp set, so that you can see the image as stamped. It's amazing how different it looks to just being printed on the cover. It's one of those really weird things. And also it means that the stamps have been stamped ready for working on. So let me just check and see if we have people aboard the ship, and it looks like we have. So good morning Carrie, good morning Jeanette, and to everybody else who is watching but hasn't checked in. So, oh, good morning Carol. Oh, excellent. Carol's new carpet is being fitted. That's very exciting. So hopefully they will do it in plenty of time, or he will do it in plenty of time. So as you can see from the stamp set, morning Carol, the other Carol, Carol E or Carol G. We've got 3 little birdhouses. Now these can be hanging, they could be attached to a tree, they could be attached to this post here, so lots of variations on that. You've got this branch here and some extra little leaves. That's quite handy if you've got any gaps and you want to fill them in. Morning Moretta. You've got 3 sets of these flowers and grasses for the base. You've got 3 different birds, 2 facing one way, 1 facing the other. You've got a little hanging string here and obviously the post as we talked about. And then you've got 6 sentiments, both carols together, yes. Welcome, birthday wishes, that's a nice good all-round birthday one. Hello, hope each moment of your day is special as you are. Back, so welcome back. I'm so glad you're here. So a nice combination. It's a photopolymer stamp set, so you'll find that makes it really easy to line up. So all I'm going to do is just pop that there. Hopefully it's not too much in reflection. Is just stamp out some of the images. So I'm going to take the birdhouses first, and if you've been watching me for a while, you know that I like to do this, and I do recommend you do this with your stamps because it encourages you to work with them really. Otherwise it's all too easy to say, oh, it's a new stamp set, I don't know what to do with it. But you'll find that inspiration comes often just from stamping them out. So we've got 3 birdhouses here. So 3 different styles. 1, 2. My cloth is just off to the side. And I've got one on here. 3. Morning, Katie. So I hope everybody is well and you had a good evening. So there's my 3 birdhouses. Let's do the grasses and things as well. I'll just stick those in green. I've got pear pizzazz here, so this will do nicely. Oops, daisy. So these have got grasses with some flowers on the top. So there's that single one there, and then there's this one with more of them on. So I'm going to show you a technique today that you can add colour to these flowers at the top. And then we've also got a single, where's it gone? Little bits of grass here. So that's perfect for just filling in, for example. You can just fill that in there. Even better if you stamp it properly. There we go. Okay, so that's the greenery, and then we've got the birds. I think I'll do all the birds together. That's not the bird. Right, let's find the birds. I've got 1, 2. I'll stamp those in espresso just for the sake of it. So you could colour these birds in, and it'd be very easy just to colour those in with a little bit of soft suede, or you could use Stampin' Write marker, or you could use your blends pens. Let's find the other bird down here. Morning, Lynn. So there's 3 standing ones, so they could easily be standing on the top, as you can see, of the birdhouse. That would work quite well. I did have another idea. So we have 2, we have the, if I can get it out, this stalk here. That's okay. I won't take it personally. So we've got the tall stalk that the houses can be sitting on. I did also think you could have this coming out from the side, like so. And then you've got a hanging stalk here. So this one, I haven't quite decided which way round it needs to hang, whether this bit holds on to the top of the birdhouse, or whether that round bit is the bit that attaches around the tree. Let me know what you think, because I think it could go either way. So either this is holding on to the branch, or it's holding on to this, like this hook on this one particularly, or it could just drop down onto there. And then finally we have the sentiments and this lovely set of branches. So I think what I'll do is put the branches there and then just arrange the sentiments around the top. So I do recommend, I know it takes a bit of time, but I do recommend you stamp everything out. There we go, that's a lovely set of branches. So there's gaps here that you could have this coming down. You could also, I think, have this going up as if it were a plant, because it's not too sort of woody looking. So you could have it going up as a young tree or a large shrub. And then finally, let's just pop the sentiments on so you can see those. So sorry this takes 10 minutes or so, but I do really think it's worthwhile doing. Just going to stamp these in espresso. Moretta says put the ring on the branch. Okay. This would be a perfect new home card as well, wouldn't it? Especially with welcome. Yeah, so the way they put it in the photo on here is with the ring at the bottom, but I think it would work either way. The birdhouse on top of the... oh, here. Although this is a bit of a curve. So I suppose you could put it in this little bit here, couldn't you? Quite right, on there. And let's just do, so we've got birthday wishes, which I think is nice. Yeah, that's a really nice birthday sentiment, isn't it? And there's one more. Oh, it's down here. Oh, and back. Welcome back. Okay, so by I find by doing this, didn't leave much space for this one, did I? You begin to think about what you could do without getting caught up with making a card straight away. Do you know what I mean? There we go. That's a nice sentiment for the inside. Should have left a bit more space for it, but it will do. And then let's just put back on there. Okay, and now we can get to some card making. So I'm going to feature this stamp set at Coffee and Card this Friday and next Monday. There we go. So these ones would be quite easy to colour in. You could do this in a like a pale blue. So it's like a painted wooden birdhouse, or you could just use some greys, for example, or this is light grey granite. And it also gives you opportunity just to play with the colouring. Again, without, you know, thinking, oh, I've got to make a card, I don't know what it's going to look like. So, very easy to colour in. Like so. It's not a colouring in lesson, this one. And let's just have a look at the birds. So the birds you could do in soft suede, ivory. This is a light crumb cake. You could make these into robins for Christmas. This one would work as a robin, because it's got like a little underbelly, and it's not quite where a robin would be coloured. But let's just add a little bit of light poppy parade and see what that looks like. Oh, I haven't stamped hello. You're right. Thank you. Yeah, so it's not quite accurate for a robin, because the robin has a red breast here. You could probably do it on this one. Thank you, Maretta. And hello is the sort of one that I would use a lot of the time as well. Can't even see it. Oh, there it is. And also there's a tiny set of 2 leaves that I haven't stamped. Well done. Glad somebody's awake this morning. Could step on the back, but there we go. Yeah. Okay, let's stamp those little flowers, little leaves, just so that it's complete. Leave that one open, and then we'll get cracking. So these are the leaves there. So quite useful for filling any gaps, or if you misstamped it or anything. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do for our first card is put some of the grasses and things at the bottom, and the stalk with birdhouse hanging from it. That's my plan. And I'm going to use note card sized pieces for my white cards and envelopes, and I've got an assortment of colours here for backing, because what I thought I would do is show you how to stamp these and colour in the little flower heads. That's the plan. So for colouring the flower heads, what I have got is gorgeous grape Stampin' Up marker. So this won't work with blends pens. You could just add a dab of colour to here if you wanted to. And you could either ink up the stalk with the green pen, Pear Pizzazz, or you could use the ink. So I'll try one of each, and then you'll see the difference. Just need to find the stamps. Okay, so I'm going to take both of these. Okay, so there's that one and the single one. Hope you can see that okay, if that's in the right positioning for you. So if I just ink it up in the green, this is the effect I'll get, which is absolutely fine. But what I can do is, so one way I can do it is ink up the stalks. If I put it over here, ink up the stalk area with Pear Pizzazz. And this is obviously quite a light ink. And then use my Stampin' Up marker for the flowers. So I want this to look a bit like lavender. Okay, so that's one way you can do it. And I'm going to have it in this format, like so. So let's do another one of those, and then I'll do it in a different way. So this takes a bit longer if you're colouring each one with marker, obviously. So I'm just dotting this over here, and I'm going to stamp this one slightly higher, like so. So very delicate. So the other way you can do it is ink up the main stalk on the ink pad, like so, and then add, I'll get the right end. So you can tell the right end because it has a large band here as opposed to a small band, and it has a picture of the brush tip as opposed to the little tiny tip. So on this one I've inked up the stalks with the ink pad, just putting the stamp on that edge. I'm going to put this further over, like so. There you go. So can you see, obviously with the concentration of the ink, especially on a photopolymer stamp, it's much deeper. Okay, let's swap to a different flower head, and I'm just going to do the same. So I'm just dipping in about 3/4 of that. I hope you can see that on there. and then using the pen. You could also just dip this top end in a gorgeous grape ink pad. So this is a slightly different style, slightly thicker leaves. Do the same again. There we go. Let's see if I can get away with just stamping that a second time. There we go. Okay, now if I had any gaps here, I can use that tiny little set of leaves to fill in. Do excuse me. So just adding those grasses like that, just to sort of build that up a little bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is stamp my branches coming across. And this could go either way. So you can have it here, and you can have it here, because like the bend of the tree is quite forgiving. So I don't think it has to be one way or the other. What I'm thinking about is where I'm going to have my hanging birdhouse. So there's quite a good piece here that would fit there. And if I did it this way, there's more foliage in, but there is a gap here, look. So maybe I will do that. So I'm going to stamp this in Pear Pizzazz. I'll take it a little bit higher. Give myself some space. Like so. So I've got a nice slot here. I could have a hanging birdhouse. And also if I wanted to, I could colour in these leaves, but I think it works exactly as it is. Let me just check for any updated comments. No, we're all good. We're all good. I'm just going to have a little sip of my coffee. So do let me know what you have planned today, everybody. What you've got coming up. It's so difficult to drink coffee without it sounding like you're slurping. Okay, so let's put our stalk in for the hanging birdhouse. So what do we think? At the top? Yes, I think you're right. I think it would work on their Moretta. I think I'm going to use soft suede so it looks a little bit more weathered. Oh, brilliant. I love doing that. I haven't done it for ages. Just sitting colouring images, Kerry says. Then it's ready to make some cards. Yes, I need to do some of that. Just been busy. So my class in a box goes out today. Everything's ready. Oh, bless. Lynn is crocheting Simon the sheep. How cute. Right, let's have a look and see. The glasses off. Like so. There we are. You could, if you did it the other way, you could sort of use your pen to do a line, couldn't you, I guess? Right, let's find the hanging, the more obvious hanging birdhouse. Okay. Right, it's just having a look at the design. So, there we go. There we are. So I erred on the side of caution, having my birdhouse a little bit high, only because I couldn't see straight down. So I can colour that little bit in as if it's part of the birdhouse. You could also have it a little bit further down, but just use a marker pen to draw down and make any connection if there was anything missing. Okay, let's colour in that birdhouse. And I'm just going, oh no, let's finish stamping first. So I quite fancy putting a bird on there. Oh, so Marissa's just received her celebration catalogue. So this is in preparation for demonstrators pre-orders, which start tomorrow. Customers' orders can start on the 3rd of August. Today, of course, is the last day for ordering anything from what was the spring summer catalogue, the January to June catalogue. So that finishes today, 30th of June. It just doesn't seem real, does it? So what I'm thinking is I might take that stalk again. Oh, Kerry's arrived yesterday. This has got a sticker on it for some reason. Well, if mine arrives, I can't open it until my class in a box has gone. I've got a visit to the post office later. So I'm thinking I could add this on the side for the bird to sit on. You know how they have the little perching things. But I don't need this end piece unless I did it that way round. So I think what I might do is clean that off. And just ink up part of it. So I've just got the straight part of that. Sorry, this is, I don't know why there's a sticker on here. There we go. Let's give that a go. And what I'm actually going to do is turn it round, so if there is any ink on here, I can cover it up. Let's go like that. There we go. And then I've got a little perch for my bird to sit on. So I want a bird facing to the left. So I've got a choice of these two, and as I've got a fair bit of space, I'm going to do this one here because I've got a reasonable amount of space on there. Let's find that one. Carol hasn't got hers yet. There we go. And just as a contrast, I am going to do this in early espresso. So he's going to sit onto here, or she. There we go. And then finally I'm going to add a sentiment. So I think I could put a birthday wishes in here or down here, or hello. What do we think? Perhaps hello. just feels a little bit squished in. Definitely not at the bottom, maybe at the top. Yes, it's all exciting times, but I can't believe that catalogue is all done and dusted already. So I think I might use Gorgeous Grape for that, just to bring in that colour, and then I'll layer it on Gorgeous Grape. So we've got our rule of 3, so we've got sentiment here and the backing. There we go. Hello. Right, and finally a little bit of colouring in then. I've got light crumb cake here. Oh, I've got dark crumb cake. I should have. It's quite a small image, so you could certainly do some shading on here. I'll take a darker colour for this piece here. I've actually got a bronze, which is quite dark, but so. And I think I'll do this. So these birdhouses would be lovely in different colours. You know, so you could do some really bright birdhouse colours, couldn't you? So this is the bronze, like so, and then we've got our colour in our cute little bird. Let's have a little bit of light blue or something. Bit of pool party. There we go. So let's cover this ink pad up. See what it looks like on the Gorgeous Grape piece. There we are. Now the other thing I might add to this is using a blending brush, just adding a little bit of blue behind for the sky. Just to soften that a little bit. Let me just see if I've got the blue blending brush to hand. I do indeed. Let's just try it on here. See whether it's got anything on there. Hardly. Hunt out some balmy blue, which is my go-to sky colour. Just grab a piece of scrap. Take that away. I've actually stamped this on shimmer white, so there's a little bit of a glittery feel to the background, and it's a slightly off-white card. There we go. So just adding that in to give a little bit of connection. And in behind here. There we go. Just brings it to life a little bit more. And there we go. And the sky does go all the way to the ground. Okay, so there we go. Let's pop that onto there, and that will then go onto my base note card and envelope. So for coffin card, it means I can take lots of layers of this. So I have a box of this size of layers, so the ladies can choose their colour. There we go, and that is going to go onto a note card and envelope. Go. Move this out of the way. So these note cards and envelopes, when they're folded, are 3.5 by 5 inches. They have a score line down the middle. Just grab my scoring tool. So that's going to go onto there. Just flat layers. This would be quite easy to stamp and cut out the birdhouses and have those 3D, because the shape is quite easy to cut out. This doesn't have any dies or anything to match, so it's a standalone card. So there we go, there's our finished card, and I think I need to add a hanging birdhouse on my envelope, or shall I just put in the grass? No, I'm going to have a hanging birdhouse, I've decided. Why not? Thank you, Kerry. So this is the main thing for today. So let's just bring this in a little bit. There we go. I've stamped that off the top. Pop the birdhouse underneath. Thank you, Marissa. Thank you all for your lovely comments today. As I say, this would make a great man's card, new home card as well, retirement. There we go, there's our little, and I think I'm going to do the same just add a little bird on there. Why not? Make the postman happy. I often wonder if they actually look at the envelopes when they're delivering. I suppose if they've got a huge amount of post, they wouldn't, would they? So knowing the catalogues are on the way, I'll be keeping an eye out for my delivery. There we go. Cute. I might just put hello on there as well. And just a little bit of colouring in. It's a small area, so I'm not worried about it going through the envelope. I'm not doing a great deal of colouring, but you could leave this one plain. Thanks, Carol. Yes, I'd agree, Kerry. Thank you, Jeanette. I really do appreciate your comments, ladies. I know sometimes that my card making doesn't always go to plan, but then that's the beauty of Facebook Live, isn't it? And also the reality, which is, you know, sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. There we go. Voila. All done. So I look forward to coffee and cards. And last night in my head I was working out how to reintroduce my in-person classes alongside my class in a box. So watch out for details of those for those that are local to me here in Brackley. Oh, thanks, Carol. Yeah, I think it does, doesn't it? And also some of the process, like, you know, stamping this gives you ideas. So hopefully that's helpful. I know, you know, you can always skip through those bits. Okay, so there's our card for today. I hope you like it. This will be the one featuring in Coffee and Card on Friday and Monday. That's my in-person Coffee and Card. And I'll do something else with this tomorrow on Thursday. Thank you so much for joining me. So don't forget, today is the last day to order anything from the January to June catalogue. I have details, which I'll go over in detail tomorrow, of a forthcoming paper sale. This is from the new annual catalogue, and this starts tomorrow, the 1st of July. So you'll receive an email and details of that, and I'll cover that tomorrow. So thank you all. I hope you have a good day. I hope you enjoyed the football result, if you've got any football fanatics in your family. And I look forward to crafting with you again tomorrow. We'll be back at 7 p.m. ready for another of the Garden Birdhouses set. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, look after yourselves, look after your loved ones. Thanks for watching today. Bye for now.